I cannot fathom, I cannot comprehend what it would take to drive a man to take a semi-automatic rifle into a school and kill little children. I cannot fathom. Now, I know what it means to flirt with psychosis and neurosis. My father was a manic depressive. I struggle with that. When I get full of energy, my highs are really high. When I get depressed, the whole world might as well come to an end. Nothing's ever going to be right again. I don't swing as far as he did, but I still swing. I'm still aware of that. But I'm aware that, you know, there are voices, influences within me, which I think are more than the world. I can only call it as something called evil. Now I know everybody doesn't believe that there's a power called evil, but I do. And I see that this comes to us, first of all, in our thoughts. In that this is, well, actually it's probably deeper than that, in our emotions where it starts. But it's where our thoughts, our thoughts begin to be the seeds of our own destruction. Where if my thoughts are that let's stick that my mother does not understand me and hates me and is out to destroy me. Once again, I'm picking up the shooter in the Sandy Hook thing. I don't know what his thing with his mother was, but there was obviously something there. If that is allowed to fester and to grow, then it becomes something that we voice and finally turns into actions. And so, you know, part of what I'm always on the lookout for is where are my thoughts, words, and deeds being led astray from that what is good, which is healing, which is helpful, which is holy, which is whole. So I'm paying attention to several things. Lies are hugely significant. Jesus said the devil is the father of all lies. And so anytime I hear a lie, or anytime I say that I lie, and I part of meeting with the spiritual director is to discover the lies that I believe that I don't even know they're lies. They're lies that I think are truth. And to begin to recognize that which has a kernel of truth to it, but is a distortion. Fears, worries, anxieties. All of these are, I would come from the evil. And then finally, we're probably most aware of it in temptations, although most temptations are not very obvious. And I've been deeply influenced by Ignatius of Loyola, who says that the Holy Spirit, the good Spirit, invites us to come towards God. And that when we're moving towards God, then the evil spirit harasses us and afflicts us and causes us to have doubt and worries and insecurities. And actually it can be quite a struggle to be faithful to God. And that we're always being stirred up by the evil one. However, if we're going in the direction of the evil one, who is leading us on from one apparent pleasure to another, what happens is the Holy Spirit is working on us with a sting of conscience and saying, that's not right, and the evil one's saying, oh, no, you're all good, it's all good, keep going. And that you only notice the spirit that you're moving against. So anytime you're moving against God, you become aware of how the evil spirit's influencing you. When you're moving in the direction that is towards destruction, you're only aware of the spirit that's against you. And what Ignatius's great teaching was that if you learn to pay attention to what's happening to you, that when you finally get to the end result, that then you can look back and say, oh, that's where I made a choice that took me off track, or oh, that's where I made a choice that leads me to what is good. And so his invitation is to simply pay attention to your interior movements. So,